So I'm a big fan of New Orleans piano and Dr. John, so I'm really excited to teach this. This is going to be Dr. John's version of Such a Night that he plays in the Last Waltz with the band. And we're just going to cover the outro. We're not going to cover the rest of it since there are other videos out there that do a pretty good job of that. But however, I noticed nothing actually covers this solo, so I figured that would be a good thing to tackle. Also keep in mind that this is my interpretation of the solo, so if you find a few discrepancies, you can also modify it to your needs. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty accurate to the original. So let's break it down and take a look at each section of the grand finale. I'll even provide notation as we go. Last of all, be sure to hit like and subscribe if you find this content worthwhile. Alright, let's get into some New Orleans piano. Alright, so the first part of the outro is going to be what I call the setup. So the setup takes us to the beginning of the solo. So that's the setup. The right hand's going to go like that. The left hand's going to go put it together. All right, cool. Let's move on. So part 2 is what I call the running down. So these are the running down licks. We start up here on C, and we kind of do a chromatic lick to D, moving up to F. And then once we do that, we go D, C, A. And that's the main pattern. We're just going to repeat that as we go down. And then we do the same thing on G, going from G to A. The only difference is we don't go down a minor third, we only go down one note. So it's that part looks like this. And then you just repeat that in sections going down until you hit C. So it's going to go. When you hit C, it's going to change just a little bit. So you're basically going C, A, G, F, D. Put the whole thing together. Once we get down to this D here, then we start adding in both hands again. What we're going to do is the left hand's going to start on E flat and then chromatically walk down to C. Kind of doing this 8th note swing. Bum, ba, 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 ba. The right hand's going to be doing these blues licks. So if you put those two things together, so then the right hand kind of breaks off for a measure just to do its own thing. Now we have all these chunky 8th note chords. We're going to start with a G octave in the left hand. We're going to go G, A, B flat, B, G, C, E, F, C. And then the right hand's going to go so we're going to play this chord, which is a G minor, and then we're going to play this chord, which is a B flat major, and then we're going to play this chord, which is a G, and it's inverted into first inversion. And then this chord is a C augmented chord, and then this is just a C6 chord or an A minor, and then boom, down to F, and then a lone little C at the end. So you put both hands of that together, it's going to go like this. Now, in the context of the part before it, it's going to go like this. And I guess when I'm playing, I don't necessarily play the C here. It's going so fast, I just kind of skip it. So that leads us into the last section. So the very next section is kind of the end of the improvised section, and it has a little more contrary motion between the two hands. And then it ends on that famous lick. It almost starts in the same exact spot that this part started, but it kind of goes in a different direction. It's like, the left hand's almost exactly identical as the first part, and then the only difference is this time the right hand's going up to these sort of like inverted thirds or sixths. And then this little, that's just the Dr. John famous lick, or kind of a version of it. That's kind of the more legit style. Once you get to that part, we're basically to the end, and there's just a bunch of tremolo chords. Basically, you want to play B flat to a F, and that's it. So those tremolo chords are going to be an inverted B flat major chord, and then I just kind of re-invert it going up, and then end on a whole F chord, F major. Alright, and then sometimes I put in just a little sweetness. It's my own flavor. Alright, the very last step involves putting it all together. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. So hopefully you got a little something out of that. It's going to take probably some time to practice. I recommend playing the right hand separate from the left hand for a while, and then slowly putting the two together. There's really no reason to rush it, so the longer you kind of focus on each hand playing the correct stuff, it's going to sound way better in the end. Just trust me. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please check out my social media platforms if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, as well as Facebook. And I'll see you in the next video. Keep on jamming.